Hi everyone, welcome back to our Joseki series. I'm Ryan, and today I'm bringing you 5 more Joseki for 1 to 2 dan players. Last time we talked about the high approach Josekis with a 3-4 point. Now today I will talk more about the low approach. So this is also a very common way to approach this corner. And in the previous videos, I focused more on Black defending this stone. So today I will talk more about the pincer moves. So the first way to pincer is the one space low pincer. So I didn't want to break it to you guys, but actually this is not a very good way to pincer the stone. And the reason for that is because when white plays this knight's move, black has to push and cut because the stone is really close. But after this, there isn't very much leeway for choices for variation. So it's pretty much fixed for both players. So after this, black hanes, then white plays that, and then push. Oh, black extends again. And now white comes back to this side. So actually there's a tsuji here locally. I want to see if you guys can find it. So I'll let you pause the video for a bit. So here actually white should play the jump, and this was a very strong tsuji because if black pushes through, and Atari, white only sacrificed 1 stone, but now these 2 center stones of black is now not in a very good position. And also, black has to keep crawling on that side. So this is not a very good result. So instead of doing that, black plays this jump. So this jump actually threatens to either connect under here by this attachment, or it threatens to enclose this whole group. So instead of responding there, white connects, and then black attaches. So now we're getting to a lot of more moves than I wanted to, but these moves are all very necessary. But I will just show you guys the end result. So here, white Ataris, and then Ataris here. And then black connects, and then white has another tsuji. Black has to go on the side. So this ends up like that. So later, white can Atari. Oh, sorry, I missed a very key exchange. So white can't play anywhere else directly because then black could get this Atari, which is going to be very bad. So actually this is sente for white. So after that, white could play the tsuji. And then exchange everything in the corner. So this exchange is optional. And then come back here. So after all of that, it's slightly better for white because originally it was black's corner. Black really didn't get that much territory. It's the same for black and white. In the center, it's pretty similar. So if you can remember that, then you'll know that the one space pincer is probably not very good for black. Okay, so for the one space low approach, what are some other ways to pincer then? So we also have the one space high pincer. So this is a very common move, and the first instinct is probably to jump out. So if white jumps, then black plays the nice move. So this is a very I guess intuitive. But the next move I see a lot of mistakes in. So I see a lot of people exchanging this And this is a very bad exchange. So because if you remember, you don't want to push behind, right? And another thing is because black stones are on the 4th line, so that's very ideal for making territory. So that's why this exchange is very bad. So actually the correct move locally is to pincer the stone over here. So now black has 2 options. The first one is to jump out, and then white has the option of attaching. And then extending here. And then black could either connect or go in the corner. And this is one of the variations for this high pincer. So black could also jump down. And in this case, after this exchange, now white could push. And that is because after these exchanges, white could actually play here and capture this. So then black connects, and then white could capture this part. So even though white captures, it's still playable for both players. And that is because black could get a lot of benefits on the outside. So now black could go in the corner. White has to exchange this, and then go down. So black has a lot of territory in the corner inside. So this is another more or less even result for both players. Okay. So I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking about the 2-space high pincer. Right? So this is actually, I don't know if this is by poll, but it's definitely one of the most popular pincer moves for the low approach. So the one way to respond here is this move. Now I've covered this in one of the previous Joseki videos, but here when black pushes and cuts, white plays here and ends up like this. So the result is slightly better for black here, because black has a little bit more territory than white, while the influence on the side is similar, while black has sente. Okay, but actually today I want to focus on a move that this 2-space jump. So this might be not very intuitive, because normally we would think about the 1-space jump, right? But in this case, the 1-space jump is not that good because this stone is far away, so you can't really have a good pincer there. So that's why we don't want to make that exchange. The reason for the 2-space jump is because black doesn't have a good way to separate these 2 stones. So then either black has to defend on that side or somehow take care of that stone. So the goal for white is to come back and pincer this on that side. So actually the most direct move, and it relies on the verification for this move, is if is again the ladder. So when white hane is here, black plays here, and then white ataris, black connects. If black has the ladder, locally this is very uncomfortable for white. And that is because if white fixes the lower cut, this cut is very severe because this stone is in an absolute best position possible, right? It's a very uncomfortable position for white. So this is very uncomfortable if black has the ladder, which then sometimes you'd see in high-level games, white could play a ladder breaker, and then black would play this move. And so black is going to spend 2 moves taking this, and white will play that. But the point I'm trying to make here is that before you play the 2-space jump, you should be somewhat aware of that previous variation there. So with the 2-space jump, we saw that a common way for black to play is this jump. Now after that, you start a fight, right? White can press down here, white could pincer here. So I'm not going to go too much in detail with that. But what I do want to talk about is actually the one space jump. Now this is another kind of it fools a lot of people, because in the one space jump, it's tempting for people to peep here, right? Because it's one space, right? And actually this is a very bad exchange, because after the peep, this shape becomes very strong. There's no more attachment in the corner, and now black has a peep here that could weaken white's shape there. So actually pay attention and don't peep that if white plays the one space extension. The correct move here actually is to attach into the corner. After this attach, it's bad for black to hane, because then white could play the tiger's mouth, and now black is in a very uncomfortable shape. Right? If black fixes, then this is very over concentrated. If black ataris here, then white could actually, of course, if black doesn't have a super big co-threat, then white could cut that stone off. So it's bad for black to respond with the hane when white attaches. So when white attaches, the correct move for black is to attach here. So white can't hane, or else when black wedges, again, now white has way too many cutting points. So then white connects, and black plays here. So actually this is a mini result here. So white takes the corner while black cuts off this stone and can develop some influence. So this is one of the simpler variations of this joseki here. Yep, so that's the one space extension. And now another move that's somewhat misleading is actually this kasumi here. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this one. So with this move, it's trying to make white heavy. Now, if white extends, then black would play here. So actually now it's very important for white to attach down. And that's because if white plays elsewhere, this move is very big. And when white attaches, black would obviously cut, and then this becomes a local fight. So then white extends, and then black could take the corner while having the sente here. So actually, it's black's turn, so black could either pincer or go into the center and attack one of these groups. So this variation depends on obviously the surroundings, but actually white has a way of easily avoiding this. So after the two space jump, if black plays here, and a good way to avoid all of those complications is actually to play here. So this move, what does this mean? So this move is actually preventing a little bit of both. So black cannot hane here because then black would get cut. And now there are two weaknesses. And also, black cannot jump out anymore. So if black hanes, then white would just extend this way, right? And if black cannot connect, then black's not going to really gain that much other than a little bit corner territory. So if black plays the nice move, then white could extend down. So in this way, white prevented all the complications by playing this move. Okay, so that was 5 josekis for 1 to 2 dan players. If you have any questions about today's joseki problems, leave us a comment below and go to our website. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and don't forget to subscribe below. I am Ryan Lee. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.